that the Satanist worshippers, the Satan worshippers, and they have a sinister agenda to destroy people's lives, as they've already done so. So much so that relationships are just, you don't want to get into the relationship nowadays. I mean, it's okay to look at a woman and all of that other stuff. That's all right. But you don't really want to get too deep in these relationships because these women have them spirits rocking with them. You know?
Yeah. Can I just say one other thing? I was thinking in the week, if you actually really just study people's behavior, like if there's someone who, you know, just watch their behavior, see what they do, you'll come to the conclusion that these people are completely lost. In the sense that, like, you see everybody's walking around with tattoos now. When you really think about it, you're thinking, you've got to have a demon on you to want to make you ink up your skin like that, because really you're cutting up your own flesh. What person in their right mind would do that? Then why does the world accept all this wickedness? You know, it's like nobody wants to call out the wickedness except us Israelites.
And you know, too, BBC was covering what people were eating, and what they found out was this: people are eating more junk food than they ever did 25 years ago or the years prior. But there's a reason for that, because the same media that's telling you that this is happening, that's happening, they caused it. They got people psychologically warped to destroy themselves, to eat food that don't benefit you, as a whole. So obviously you're gonna do what you're psychologically been told to do. Okay? And that's what it is, man. Esau's about destroying people's lives and destroying life on the earth, as you can see.
First Thessalonians 5:5. Ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. You're not of the night nor of darkness.
So we see everything. We're in the darkness, and we're the ones with the light. So we know what Esau's doing. We've been knew what Esau was doing. Some of us been knew what Esau was doing 8 years ago, some 9 years ago, 10 years ago. We know the score. We already know what the game plan is before they already do it. Okay? So I mean, it's really nothing that they can really pull over our eyes. They can't pull the wool over our eyes. Now, the majority of the people, they can do so because the people don't know what's going on. They're caught between the middle. As I always say, well, not always say, but in some cases, we're the on the right hand side, and they're the men of darkness on the left hand side.
The house of Salaka, in the time of Kings, I think it's Kings. What did you have? Elijah. You had the righteous prophets, and you had the prophets of Baal. You know. So again, them houses are back here today.
There's a precept on that. This is Ecclesiastes 33 from verse 14. Good is set against evil.
There you go.
And life against death. So the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
And that's what it's all about. It's basically, let me just put it in a better way. We're the house of God going up against the house of Satan. That's all it is. And these people don't really know what's really going on between the two secretive forces. Because even though we're public and we're among the people, but yet the people don't even really see us. It's like we're a public secret, basically. And then you have the secret brotherhood going up against those that are publicly secret, so to speak. Go on, brother.
What's that? This is Proverbs 16 and 13. Who shall rewardeth evil for good? Evil shall not depart from his house.
Evil shall not depart from his house. And check this out. Evil just simply means a bad time. So because they're conjuring up bad times for people and making people's lives a living hell, they're going to receive the same bad times coming onto them. Okay? They're going to receive the same bad times coming onto them. Whatever man soweth, that shall he also reap. Okay? That's what's going to happen eventually. So all of this narrative pushing that Jacob's just basically stabbing every man that he sees and doing all of this crazy shit, all of that is going to backfire one day, man. All of the evil and wicked shit that you're doing is going to backfire against you one day. As well as your descendants, your peons that serve you. Okay? Go on, brother.
And it says, this is a Proverbs 6 and start at 27. An ungodly man diggeth up evil.
And they do that on a daily. I mean, if they do it on a daily, they're probably doing it. Okay? But you know, as we know, in some cases what they do is they get together in these councils, like for example, you have the Bilderberg meeting, which comes around every June. And then you have these powerful people that get together and they gather around and they take part in this this Bohemian Grove thing. Okay? So they do all of this stuff. They talk about the evils that they can do in the future, or they probably, you know, doing some sort of rituals or witchcraft and what have you. And that's all so that eventually they can keep perpetuating their wickedness on the earth. They won't come out and do it out in the open because they know that it ain't right what they're doing, and they're not confident about what they're doing. See, we're confident about what we're doing. That's why we don't mind coming out here in the open, declaring to the world what we're doing out in the open. Hell, our videos are going out on YouTube. So if you have to do something in secret, that really means because you know in your heart that what you're doing is not correct. It's not kosher. And you really don't believe what you're doing. If they truly believed in what they was doing, they would come out in the open. If you see they're cowards, man, they don't want to come out in the open and actually do exactly what they're doing.
Well, because it's like I didn't mean to interrupt, but it's a strategy thing for them. There's fewer of them than there are of the people who disagree with them. So they have to do it in the dark, because if they were to do it in the light, they'd come up against more resistance. So therefore, they have to be covert in what they do, and they're hiding in the shadows because they know that they're not strong. They have to do it from the darkness. They can't do it in the open, whereas we can be bold because we've got the faith and we're not scared.
Right.
I got two.
Yeah, but check this out too, brother. By that same logic, we could get into trouble. Man, there's more people out here that could do whatever they want to us right now. That's true. We bold, we come out here.
Yeah, so like what a few against the many.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And there's many of times where there's been brothers that have been arrested before. There's brothers that have gotten to fights and gotten to certain situations, but yet they're still out in the public doing their thing.
They got two precepts.
Go on, brother. So they're just a bunch of wimps, man. Go on, brother.
This is Luke 8:17, and it says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest."
Exactly.
That's right.
Nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. It's already been revealed to the prophets. It says that the Lord doeth nothing but he revealeth his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. So once the prophets get hip to the secret games that are being played, hey, it's going to be revealed. Then we're going to spill out the beans. All right, and then to help the prophets, to lock your brother, and then to help the prophets, you have those that were a part of these secretive councils, and pretty much they're declaring what's really going on in within these secret councils. Go on, brother.
Neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Come on.
Yeah, that's it on that one. And then one more. This is John 18:20. Yahushua answered him, "I spake openly to the world.
Right.
I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resort.
That's
and in
Yahushua,
secret,
right?
And in secret have I said nothing."
Right, and in secret have I said nothing. You see, so the righteous, they can come out in the open and feel free and be bold of what they're saying.
Yes.
But see, these evil, wicked individuals, they got to do it in secret because, like I said, they don't really believe in what they're doing, and they know that they're going to get a lot of backlash for what they're doing. But they don't really believe in the power of Satan himself. And you know what that proves? Because really, Satan has no power.
Woo.
The real power is the power that we serve, which controls the spiritual demon Satan.
Appreciate it.
If you can, brother, get going.
I've got a quick one, yeah?
Let's get that,
Acts 13:47 says, For so hath the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth.
Right, that thou shalt be for salvation all around the earth, even unto the ends of the earth.
Wow.
And you have all of the brothers in Great Millstone that are scattered in every place, declaring this gospel of the kingdom to our people in the streets or in the fields in some cases. So we're bold and we're declaring what we're doing out in the public. But see, these evil individuals that's doing all of this sorcery and witchcraft, they're not out in the open. Going back to what I was saying, because they know that they're going to get a lot of backlash. And really, as we know, we can get backlash for what we do too. But guess what? We trust in the Spirit of the Lord because we know that there's genuine power that the power that we serve.
Yeah.
But they serve the power of Satan, and yet they're in secret. So what are they really saying? In terms of their actions is concerned, they're saying that Satan really has no real power. Because if Satan has the power, then you come out and you deal with the people, man.
Can I just, because
You know?
something happened yesterday. I was talking to the brothers. A guy, I knew he was following me, but to cut a long story short,
God.
Right, I didn't cower down. I saw his movements, and I went back and I looked at him, eye to eye. I said, I've seen you around. I said, you get around, don't you? He said, yeah. I said, I might be seeing you soon again, innit? He said, yeah. So I took out my, I don't know who he is, but the Spirit said, do what you got to do. And I took out my camera and I pointed at him, right? And he put his face down like that out the way. He's got, hold on. Yeah. I took pictures of him. I'll show you after the camp. And he crossed over and he went into the stage. And I was walking alongside him on the other side, and I was I took 2 pictures of him, and then he went into Camden Station. So this could be a sign of, we know demonic action, I was saying in my mind on the way home, demonic action is increasing, but on the right hand side, some of us are going to get spiritual power, and that's going to be increasing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like I was saying, I mean, if they were really about it, they would come out and do all of their satanic wickedness out in the open. If they really believe in that shit. Go on, brother. So they've already lost before they even got started with their sorcery and their witchcraft and their sinister agendas. They've already lost. We've already won. Go on, brother.
Now this is Job 1, and we're going to go straight to verse, 6. Now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord Yahushua. And Satan came also among them.
Yeah.
And the Lord Yahushua said unto Satan.
So that would make Satan the son of God. So obviously the son is not going to rebel against the father, as the spiritual demon Satan knows the scriptures. And according to the scriptures, in the law it says to not go against your parents. It says honor your father and your mother, that your days may be prolonged. Satan, you think Satan don't know that scripture? He knows that scripture. So when the Most High Yahweh gave Satan the order to mess with Job, that's exactly what he did. Okay, so that means that Satan is under the commands of the Most High power. Like, you got some simpletons out there that will declare a doctrine among these Christians, okay? Or among these Christians, they like to say, well, God and Satan is fighting, tit for tat. That's not what's going on. What's going on is that the Lord is calling the shots of what happens on the right-hand side and what also happens on the left-hand side. He's the father of spirits. You have the spirit sitting on the right-hand side, as well as you have the spirit sitting on the left-hand side. Okay? As it says in the book of Hebrews, the 12th chapter, that we shall serve, if we serve our parents, and should we, much more serve the Most High, or the power of spirits, and live? So the Most High that we serve, the Creator, he's also known as the power of spirits. So he controls the spirits that you don't see and also the spirits that you do see. That's also in the book of Proverbs. Man's goings is of the Lord, and how can a man then understand his own ways? Come on, man. You don't know about this. Come on, brother.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth.
Right.
And from walking up and down in it.
Yeah, Satan's all over the place, man. Especially, he's infiltrated the minds of the people. That's why people are more under the vibration of Satanism than godliness. If you were to talk about the Most High and bring out the Bible to people, people are going to look at you like you're a weirdo. Yeah. You understand? So that shows you the vibration that people are under. And vice versa, if people were to come up here and have a word with us, we would look at them like they're strange because we're of a different fashion. But see, the people, they're under the fashion or under the guise of Satan. That's really what it is. And this whole entire system is governed by Satanism. It's clear. Like, if you're a spiritual man and your third eye is open and your spiritual eye is open, should I say, you can very well clearly see that. That's why the more you get into this truth, the more you're going to find yourself alone. You're not going to find yourself making many friends. And then you would have to separate from your friends. Let's just say you're an individual and you're learning of the truth. You taking on this bread of life. You have to separate yourself from the unbelievers, the infidels. You can't roll with these people, even including some family members. It could be your cousin, it could be your brother. You gotta go separate ways, because it's either and or. There's no middle ground. It's either you are under the spirit of the Heavenly Father or you're under the spirit of Satan. It's either one of the two. Go on, brother.
And it says, this is verse 8. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job?
Yeah.
And there is none like him.
Right.
A perfect and upright man.
Right.
One that feareth the Most High.
Yeah, so the thing with that was the Lord was telling, or should I say the Most High was telling the spiritual demon Satan to mess with Job. And that's what he did. He messed with Job all of that time. So that tells you right there that Satan really has not the real power. The real power is in the Heavenly Father. And he tells Satan what to do. He's a son of God. So a son is not going to be rebellious to their father. Naturally. Let's just naturally speak on that. That's just not going to happen. Go on, brother. You got something.
Yeah.
But I want you to get Psalm 73.
I've got that on deck. I'm holding it.
Okay. Let him read this first, though.
All right.
Let's just get this out there.
Romans 2:19 says, and art confident that thou thyself art a guide of the blind and a light of them which are in darkness.
Yeah, because he
I read
also
that right.
he also has power over those that are deceived. It says the deceived and the deceived are his. So he's the guide of those that are blind. Now, in a sense, we were all blinded too, but we were guided to what? To see the truth. So now we understand, okay, what world we're living in. We understand why we're being oppressed. Now we understand everything now. Okay? We understand so many different things, and we're so deep in this understanding in the Holy Spirit that we can actually see people that are full of shit, even though they're trying to portray that they're not, that they got your best interests at heart. So we're so deep in this thing that we know what's forth to come, what we're expecting forth to come in and happens. That's how deep we are. So that's why we don't really take foolishness lightly, man. You know what I'm saying? Like nah.
And it says, this is Job 1, I'm on verse 9. When Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, doth Job fear the Most High for naught? Hast thou not made an hedge about him?
Yeah, I'm done with that. If you can read Psalm 73.
Right, Psalm 73 from verse 1. Truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart.
Yeah, so the Lord is always going to retain his favor with his people. The Lord has not did away with the Israelites, as vocab and these Christian buffoons would like to believe. That's not the case. The reality of the matter and what is of the case is the Heavenly Father is with his people, and he'll always be for his people, and he's not a power that should change. There's no variableness in the doctrine of the gospel which he has handed down to us. Okay? So he's going to retain favor with his people. Go on, brother.
So like the Muslims also believe that the Most High done away with the Israelites. But it says verse 2, but as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped.
Right.
For I was envious at the foolish.
That's the one right there. Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
Yeah, so I mean, who is the wicked? The wicked is the so-called white people today. By their actions, they have already declared to the world that they're the wicked. And it also tells you that in Malachi 1 verse 4, that they are the border of wickedness. So this is their time to be exalted. This is their time to be blessed. This is their time to be comfortable. But it's only for a short period of time. It's not going to be forever. It's not going to be forever. It's just a particular point in time. That's all it is. And the time that we're approaching is we're approaching gradually their end. That's why we can see the signs and the wonders that I've been talking about.
Yeah.
Go on, brother.
It says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
Right, and really this is talking about the elite, because they live in a very, very comfortable situation. They live in gated communities, high secured areas as well. And they can just be relaxed and just don't have to worry about anything. Because there's different levels to these Edomites. You have certain Edomites that are living in the middle class setting, upper middle class setting, and then you got the rich, and then you got the super rich. But mostly this is talking about the super rich. People like the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the Morgans, the Vanderbilts, all of these fortunate families. This is really referring to them. Go on, brother.
It says,
the Gettys, can't forget them.
Yeah, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Yeah.
Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain.
Yeah, they're not plagued like other men. They eat the right kind of food. Like the food that we get in the stores is all polluted, is all ridden with chemicals and all kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
The food that they get is actually the real food. Like when it comes to beef, they eating real beef without no chemicals in it, because the cow that they have on their land is grass fed.
Some of the places, can I just say, some of the places where I shop, it's pure Edomites. Like there's certain places I go, and it's not by design, it's just by chance that they know what to choose. You're talking about all organic, even though there could be some. There's a whole load of things coming out about that. But and Waitrose too, there's a whole heap of Edomites always around a certain area where they can get all that, So
they get the
they
real
know.
shit. They don't be getting no chemicalized food and in Asda and all of them places. Nah, they're getting the real food. And I'm really talking about these levels that own actual land where they can actually see the cow.
Yeah.
That's right in front of them.
Farms, yeah.
You know, farms and sheep and goats, and they eating it. They get somebody that know how to cut up the meat.
Yeah.
And it's right from the land that they own. Go on, brother.
It says
that's how they eat. See, we gotta go get our shit from the store, and it's been sitting there for fucking days.
Chemicals.
And it's ridden with chemicals.
Preservatives in it.
Yeah.
To keep it fucking so-called fresh.
Yeah. Go on,
it says,
brother.
therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment.
Go up a verse, brother. Go up a
Yep.
couple of verses. Yeah.
All right,
It
back
says
in.
they'll not plague like other men.
Okay, calm. It says, verse 3, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their death, and their strength is firm.
And their strength is firm. Go on.
They are not in trouble as like other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Yeah, in other words, you're not gonna hear them, or some of them getting caught with cancer or having, diseases that people suffer from, like diabetes and stuff like that, because they eating the real food, like I've already explained. So they're not troubled or plagued like other men. Now you got Edomites that live a reasonable life, middle class, but they actually wind up getting sick because the food that they're eating is not really good food.
Same what we're getting.
Yeah, and they don't eat. And you think they eat processed foods and crisps and all kind of trash? They don't eat that stuff.
And carbonated drinks.
Yeah, carbonated drinks, pop drinks.
High sugar. When you try and buy fruit juice, it's just full of pure sugar.
Yeah.
Fructose and
Steroids. They put steroids in your meat.
aspartame. That thing will give you. I used to go to seminars. Layla Africa, the understudy of what's that guy? That fucking old guy. He died. Dr. Sabi. And I went up to Layla Africa with a box of sweets, supposed to be sugar free, right? And I said, "Is this all right for me to eat?" Right? And he looked at it and said, "Aspartame. People get MS from aspartame. See them in wheelchairs. They can't move. The only thing they can move is their neck." So I said, "All right, thank you very much." I just wanted to talk to him, because I was under that kind of, that thing, starstruck thing. But at the same time, I learned things I wanted to learn,
Continue on out.
Yep. So continuing on, it says, they are not troubled like other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, and violence covereth them as a garment.
That's why they feel like they can just continue to take on the world. They feel like they don't have to experience anything or in the future of anything negatively. They think that their houses, as it says, that shall continue forever because they haven't experienced nothing. They haven't went through any sort of hard times, right? So because of that, their pride is above and beyond, man, and they feel like they're unstoppable. I mean, think about it though. I mean, if you've ever went through anything in your life and all you've been experiencing is a life of luxury and life has just been good to you, of course you're going to be hella proud. And these devils are naturally proud. So their pride is like off the wall. Their pride is into the ceiling. So that's why they feel like they can do whatever they want. So much so that they feel like they can oversee what was said in the scriptures about them, about their future. They actually believe they can supersede their future, which is already preordained. Go on, brother.
It says, their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than the heart could wish.
Yeah.
They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Right, they are corrupt and they speak wickedly concerning oppression. How do we keep the sons of Israel down? Let's do this, let's do that. Let's use the music against them. Let's use the media against them, each and every way. So that they don't get jobs, so that they don't become successful in this economy. So that they can become bugged out and we can continue to kill these people and then use their melanin and sell their melanin. Do you know that melanin is worth more than gold? So you're more pricey being dead than being alive. You see, so either and or they need Jake to be at the bottom.
Take it, man. Take it. Yeah, take it.
Each and every step of the way, because it works best for them. And it fits their spirit because they're naturally the wicked and we're naturally the righteous. And it all goes back to that hatred, which was what? Between Jacob and Esau, which really Esau conjured up the hatred that he had in his heart because of what happened, which we're probably talking about 4,000 plus years ago, a little over 4,000 years ago.
Bless you. What?
Go on.
I'll read on. It says, they set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
That actually felt good though.
Yeah. That's how you get all them germs out, isn't it? They're coming out, yeah.
It's allergy season.
Shall I read that again?
Go on, bro.
It says, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
Right, and their tongue walketh through the earth. In other words, just their way and people subscribe to their knowledge and their understanding. That's why you have their universities that they set up all around the world. Okay, and it really doesn't matter what university you go to, you're going to learn the same or a similar curriculum that somebody else is in a different country is learning. So they're teaching you under their own way. So their knowledge is what?
It says, I'll read on. It says, therefore, his people return hither, and the waters of a full cup are run out to them. And they say, how doth the Most High know? And is there knowledge in the Most High?
Yeah.
Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world.
Remember it says that pride compasseth about them like a chain.
Oh, do you want to go back to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Verse 6, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, and violence covereth them as a garment.
Yeah, because their whole entire civilization, which they've gotten, which is by shedding blood. And remember, as I'm going to quote again, as the brother just read, pride compasseth about them like a chain. That's why they say, as the brother just read, is there any knowledge in God? They actually believe that they are the Most High. That's what they actually believe. And if they could keep moving with their agenda in the way that they're doing it, they can lure people into the idea of being involved in this technocratic world. And with that being the case, they can rule or govern the people in that situation where they can control the minds of the people effectively. That's what the stab and jab thing is going to do, and also as well as the actual law, the Revelation in what is it?
13,
16, right? 13 and 16 and 17 law is going to do. So all of these things it's going to lure the people to having. Well, let me say in a different sense, people are going to be allured to just give their life away and their freedoms away to these particular people, so that they can eventually become gods and controlling their minds. All right. They want to be gods. That's the level of pride that Esau has in their heart. They want to be gods. Because nothing hasn't happened to them as of yet, they're combusted with pride. Go on,
Psalms 12. Help, Lord Yahushua, for the godly man ceaseth.
Yeah.
For the faithful fell from among the children of men. They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor, with flattering lips.
Right, they speak vanity and everyone with his neighbor. And the word vanity just means nothing. So whatever they're talking about, there's no substance behind it. There's no prophecies behind what they're talking about. Now, one or a couple of things they're going to do is going to be prophetic, but it's only going to be to a means to their very end. So in all reality, when you really check it out, as I'm going to say again, vanity just means nothing. And what they're really saying is a bunch of nothings. Because it's not going to come alive. Their agendas and their plans. So let's read this again.
And it says, help Lord Yahweh Yahushua.
Yeah.
For the godly man ceaseth. For the faithful fell from among the children of men. They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor.
Yeah.
With flattering lips, and with a double heart do they speak.
Yeah, and they have to have a double heart, because in one heart they have to use to project this idea that they have the best interest of the people's heart, and then in secret, which is another heart that they have to use, talking that evil sadistic shit that they got and discussing, okay, with their plans, so that they can breathe these plans onto the people. So they have two hearts. Go on, brother.
And it says, the Lord Yahushua shall cut off all flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things.
Right, and the tongue that speaketh proud things. So the counsel of the wicked is going to be cut asunder. It's going to be broken to smithereens, so to speak, when the Lord comes back and destroys this place. That's just the bottom line about it. That's the reality. We're not really saying anything outside of the Bible. We're just giving you what the Bible is saying in totality, because what the Bible is saying is what's going to come alive and be actualized. That's really what it is. There's nothing more to it. This particular system, as we all know and understand, is all under the influence of those that have a sinister agenda, that are Satan worshiping motherfuckers, and that's just what it is. But their counsel will be overthrown because the Lord ain't dealing with that counsel. The Lord is dealing with the counsel of the righteous, which are in every place, as a small sanctuaries. The Lord is with us even unto the small sanctuaries among us which He have set up. Go on, brother.
Who have said with our tongue, we will prevail. Our lips are our own.
Oh, wait a minute. It says that the gates of hell shall not prevail. You see what I'm saying? So one minute the scripture is saying what they're saying in their hearts, that we shall prevail. But hey, it says that the gates of hell will not prevail. And remember, as it says the triumphing of the wicked is short. So they're going to prevail, but for a short span of time. They're not going to prevail forever, as well as the saints are. Because it says that the saints will what? Take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever. So the righteous will prevail forever, not the wicked. What are they talking about? Go on, brother. So you see, the scriptures is actually showing you what they're really feeling and what's coming out of their mouths because of how they feel and because that pride can pass for them about. So we don't necessarily have to be in a secretive room with them to know what they're talking about. We already know because the scriptures revealed it to us. Being that we're the servants of the prophets, the Lord doeth nothing but He revealeth the secrets unto the servants of the prophets. So whatever they got going, it's already been revealed. It's already been furtherly explained to us. Go on, brother.
Who is Lord? So let me read that again. Who have said, with our tongue we will prevail. Our lips are our own.
Yeah.
Who is Lord over us?
Right, there you go. Who is Lord over us? Pride could pass about them as a chain. Who can be Lord over us? So they believe that they're the Most High. That's the mentality. If somebody can get me what was said in Thessalonians, man, that the man of sin be revealed.
I'll find it.
Let's read that again. You got to read that exact particular scripture again, that verse.
This is what I was reading.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 12. But do you want me to start all the way from the beginning?
No, what you just read, brother.
This is verse 4. Who have said with our tongue we will prevail, our lips are our own.
Yeah.
Who is Lord over us?
Right, who is Lord over us? Go on.
For the oppression of the poor.
Right, for the oppression of the poor. So who is Lord over? Let's just bring. I want to elaborate on that. Who is Lord over us? That's what they believe and think. Now, to a certain degree, they they have to believe that there's another power. Because if you get into that secret brotherhood thing, you got to know, okay, all right, there's a higher power as well as there is Satan. Okay, there's a balance as well as we do. We believe in the Most High, and we also believe that there's a top spirit on the earth which is working on the left-hand side. So as well as they do, they believe in the higher power, but their belief is so strong in one entity which is being controlled by another greater entity that they actually believe that there's no higher power that can tell us what to do, that can actually do nothing. That's what they believe. And think about it. Nothing has already been done. Justice has not been served. So yes, of course, they believe that there's no Lord, or in their mind they believe that there's a higher power. But is He really acting? Is he really existing in their own mind? And that's another reason why they're doing the dirt that they're doing. And it's all to do with pride, really, in all reality. Go on, brother.
And it says, and now will I arise, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, I will set him in safety.
Yeah.
From him that puffeth at him. That's it on that.